wanted to see me. Julie said it was urgent.
Yes, I've just had a call from the hospital. Apparently there is an accident victim there. The tissues are compatible and they want to try a kidney transplant on B.
So you want me to take her there now?
Yes, as fast as you can. It has to be done as soon as possible. The ambulance is on the way.
Right.
They mean accident victim.
Does it matter? If it's a chance to save your life.
Of course it matters. It's all happening so quickly. What's that bitch doing here?
Settle down, B. It's an emergency. We've got to get B to hospital.
Yeah, she doesn't look too good, does she? Maybe it's something she ate.
Bitch!
Jude,
Yeah?
do you reckon the screws have twigged that we faked that roster?
If they haven't, they're a lot stupider than I gave them credit for.
Still reckon we shouldn't have let Sandy push us into doing it, though.
Well, I, for one, am glad to give the buggers a run around.
Yeah, me too. But I still reckon Sandy took us for granted a bit, you know, expecting us to help her.
Well, you can't blame Sandy. We knew what we were getting into, didn't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Anyway, so what if we take the rap for it? They can't do much more to us than they've already done. I think Sandy was right. We have to stick up for what we believe in.
Yeah. Sandy's all right, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just still wish Bea was in charge, though.
She's not, is she? She's stuck in the infirmary, and it looks as though she's going to be there for quite some time.
You never knew Murray Winter, did you?
No, she seems okay.
Well, she was top dog before Bea here. She used to get the girls all bashed up by her heavies just because they wouldn't do what she wanted to. And every buy-up day, she'd come round and take half our fag order.
Really?
I reckon we should stick by Sandy, Jude. Otherwise, Mari's going to take over.
I don't even think Murray's interested.
Don't you believe it? She's a snake. You can't trust her an inch.
You're looking for a typing job? I'm afraid there's no vacancies.
Julie's at lunch. I'm just writing a letter to my credit union. They say I haven't paid them for 2 months.
Oh, writing personal letters in government time, eh?
Well, I was just
That's
saying...
all right, that's all right. I won't report you. Not this time, anyway.
Now, what did I say last time?
No, I'm still no closer to finding out how that fire started in the staff room. I mean, how the hell could it have started? The fire in the staff room. One of the prisoners must have done it, but I'm damned if I know how they got there in the first place.
Jim, have a look at this. Now, this is the roster I looked at last night. You see, I've got the morning off.
Where'd you get this?
In the rubbish bin, but it was on the board last night.
It's all starting to make sense. Get Bryant, bring her to the governor's office. We'll find out what she knows about this.
Right.
Officer Barfield, could you come to reception, please, and hold the fort? No, straight away, if you don't mind. Something important's just come up.
This really is an excellent copy of your signature, Mr. Fletcher.
Well, obviously, it filled the offices.
Yes, but all rosters are similar, so I doubt whether anyone even checked the authorization.
Well, Bryant was the only one who had access to reception, and she had to pass the staff room in order to get there. I wouldn't be at all surprised if she was responsible for the fire as well.
Yes, that is a possibility, but I think she must have had help. This looks like the work of an experienced forger. And Bryant's cellmate has several convictions for previous forgeries. Come in.
Right, Mrs. Davidson.
Thank you, Miss Conway. Would you now fetch Burns for me, please?
Of course.
Well, Bryant, what do you know about this?
What is it?
Have you never seen it before?
No.
That is the reason so few officers arrived for work this morning. That false roster was pinned to the notice board last night, and it has a very good imitation of Mr. Fletcher's signature.
Oh. Well, I don't know anything about it.
What about the fire in the staff room?
What about it? Listen, are you trying to set me up?
You've set yourself up, Bryant.
Jude and me are really for it this time. Well, she's just been hauled off to see the governor. You watch it. I'll be next.
You wouldn't lag.
Right. Answer to your names. Andrews?
Yeah.
Birdsworth?
Here.
Bryant?
She's with the governor, Mrs. Morris.
Right. Burns?
Here.
Dobbs?
Yeah.
Edwards? Edwards?
Cleaning duty, Mrs. Morris.
See what they tell you? You'll be all right, Dawn. If the Davo stops your buy up, you can have half of mine.
No talking, Lizzie, please. Doreen, will you go with Miss Conway?
See you later. Good luck, love.
Mrs. Morris said quiet. I pick your feet.
Murray.
Lady
Peterson?
screws are getting just
Stop,
like the
yeah.
Gestapo.
Right.
Don't worry, Lizzie. From what I've heard of Sandy, she won't let him get away with it for too long.
I don't know any more about it than Judy does.
It seems to me you were the only two capable of doing it.
You can't prove anything.
The increased security would have made it impossible for anyone else to get through to reception.
Has it ever occurred to you that the increased security is the reason why the women are jacking up? We don't like being treated like a mob of sheep.
Do the women have any complaints? If they have, I wish you would form a committee and come and talk to me about it.
Talk? It didn't do any good to talk when Gillespie was here with his SS tactics, did it? The only way we could get any attention was to organize an escape.
Have you organized another escape?
Of course not.
Sit down, both of you. Wait outside, please. But it will be quite all right. Wait outside for a moment. Judy, I do appreciate your worries, but there is nothing I can do about it.
What do you mean?
I have to obey the rules just as much as you do. I know the women are unhappy, but their past activities have made the department come down rather heavily. I have to obey the directives given to me.
That doesn't make any difference to us, though, does it? We're still the ones that get stomped on.
It does make quite a difference to you and Judy, I'm afraid. I have been ordered to transfer the people responsible for the false rosters to Barnhurst. I think it's what you call being shanghaied.
Well, how come you're not just carting us off in the middle of the night like usual?
I thought you might like to pack your things and say goodbye to your friends. Call it an act of good faith. There is enough unrest here already. I do not want to add to it.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough, I suppose.
I would like you to talk to the women, Judy, and tell them I don't want any trouble. It would only mean a lot of people will get hurt.
Yeah, all right. When are we being shipped out?
The van will call for you tonight.
Tonight?
So that's it? We're off for a lovely little trip to the country starting tonight.
Rotten mongrels. Splitting up mates. Shouldn't be allowed.
Oh, she'll be right, Lizzie. You'll only be in here till your trial anyway.
Well, Davo's given you plenty of warning, at least. Sandy ought to be able to organise a decent protest. They won't take you without a fight.
Now, just a minute, there'll be no fights. She was pretty decent to tell us.
Sandy might see it different.
Well, I'll see that she doesn't. Mrs. Davidson has always been very honest with us.
We'll have to go and ask and see if we can see Bea. Because I can't go without saying goodbye.
You'll be lucky.
Why?
Bee's in the general. They's after her off for an operation.
How do you know?
I keep my ear to the ground.
But how? What happened?
They found a donor. Some bird killed in a car accident.
Oh, pff, she's making it up.
No, I'm not. I'm surprised your lovely governor didn't tell you. So much for her honesty.
I'll just be outside.
Thanks, Mrs. Bell. Sit down, Mrs. Peterson.
What are you doing here so soon? I haven't been able to get you anything yet.
Well, I was just passing. I've been doing a bit of homework on your case.
What for?
Well, if I'm to find this elusive witness you need for your appeal, I've got to find out everything I can about you, don't I?
Yes, of course.
Of course. We went to see your surgery. The new doctor there showed us through your old books.
I didn't know you were interested in medicine, Inspector.
Not medical books, Mrs. Peterson, account books. Oh? They're in a mess. You need an accountant. I could recommend a friend of mine. He works for the fraud squad.
Am I on trial here, Inspector? I thought your interest lay in arresting Mr. Fitzwater.
Oh, yes, it does. But when I get Fitzwater, I don't want to get him on some piddling laundry racket that'll end up fetching him 18 months or so. When I get him, I want to throw away the key.
I'm sure I can get something for you.
I'm sure you can, Mr. Peterson. I'm sure you can.
Well, I think the whole situation is crazy. This patrolling in pairs does nothing but constantly remind the women that they're not to be trusted. We've always patrolled on our own in the past, and very rarely has an officer been attacked.
But it is a possibility.
It is only a possibility because of the way the women feel. They hate the strict security. Ah, it's a vicious circle. Anyway, you were campaigning against it the last time it was introduced.
Oh, that was different. We were rostered practically 24 hours a day. As the rep, I had to voice the opinion of the members. We've got the extra staff now. There shouldn't be any problem.
Are you the union rep, Colleen?
I resigned.
Well, who's the rep now?
Haven't actually got one. Admittedly, there's been no reason to go to the union.
Well, there is now.
Meg, if you feel so strongly about it, why don't you stand for rep?
Yeah, why don't you, Meg?
Well, I don't think I'd have the support of the members.
Oh, of course you would.
Excuse me, ladies. The governor would like to see all available staff in her office immediately.
Be right there, sir. Come on, girls.
I have just had further discussions with Mr. Douglas, and apparently he is still not satisfied with the discipline at Wentworth.
Don't tell me he wants us to tighten up even further.
I'm afraid so.
What's he wants to do? Break out the ankle irons?
From now on, the women will be strictly regimented at muster times and moving to and from work. All recreation time will be spent in cells. The only times at which the women will be allowed together are meal times, work periods, and outside exercise periods. During exercise, the perimeter guards will be armed.
Mrs. Davidson, the women just won't stand for it.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I agree with you, and I tried to tell Mr. Douglas that, but according to him, it is a ministerial decision and applies to all prisons.
Sounds like buck passing to me.
I want you all to keep your eyes open for the slightest sign of a riot. Mari Winter is a well-known rabble-rouser. And if she causes any trouble, she is to be placed straight into isolation. There is one other thing whilst you are all here. There will be an official announcement, of course. But as from today, Mrs. Powell has been permanently promoted to Chief Prison Officer. Congratulations, Mrs. Powell.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, Mrs. Davidson.
Well, thank you. That will be all, everyone. You may go back to work. Meg, I am sorry.
Can't win them all.
I'm sorry, Meg. I know what it's like to be passed over for promotion.
Well, what can I say?
Oh, there's nothing to say. Someone had to dip out. Congratulations, Colleen.
Thanks, Meg. Well, look, now it's all over, why don't you think about standing for union rep?
I'll think about it.
All right, ladies, come on, back to work. You know, Meg, that union idea, that's not a bad idea, you know.
I said I'll think about it.
Anyone for a game?
Why not? That's what the screws have in Shanghai, the kings and queens.
Oh, come on, you lot. Get rid of the long faces. Don't let them bitch screws get you down.
Yeah, let's just roll back the carpet and have a hoedown.
Well, things are bloody crook when the governor admits that things are rotten and she can't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, we had the same trouble at Barnhurst once. Had to do something to make the department sit up and take notice.
What'd you do?
Started a riot.
What's it like having Vera as a governor?
Bloody awful. What do you think? She's got the place tied up tighter than that stupid bun in her hair. If I'd have stayed on, I'd have started another riot just to get rid of her.
We don't want any trouble here, Mary.
Who's talking about here? I'm telling you about Barnhurst. You want action here, you talk to Sandy. I'm not trying to muscle him.
Right, everyone back to their cells.
Oh, what? What is this? Another cell search?
Nope, from now on, your recreation time will be spent in your cells. This room's out of bounds.
What? Who says?
The department says, Burns, it's a directive to all prisons.
Great.
Okay, come on, get moving.
At least you won't be able to get together now and work out your little sabotage plans.
All the best, you two.
Yeah, thanks, Kate.
Look after yourself, love.
Don't worry, I will.
I'm not going to have any mates left.
I wouldn't worry, darling. Bea will be back soon.
Yeah, you'll be all right, Lizzie. And remember, if there's any trouble, don't you get mixed up in it.
No. I'm going to keep me nose clean. I do.
Come on, Birdsworth, get me a cell.
Well, I wouldn't lock the door if I were you, Miss Conway. We'll be going out soon.
Enough of the wisecracks, Brian. Just get in your cell.
They make you feel wanted, don't they? It's a shame we have to leave.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Davison. I didn't realize you were still here. I saw the light and thought it might have been left on.
That's all right. I'm just compiling a letter of complaint to the minister.
You think it'll do any good?
Well, we can only try. I must say I do agree with Mrs. Morris's worry about the tension in here.
Well, I think they'll settle down soon enough. They've had it too soft for too long. Maybe a couple of weeks of tough treatment's just what they need.
Well, I hope you're right. I must say I'm glad they finally made a decision about the promotion.
I take it you don't entirely agree with their choice.
Well, it's not for me to question, but I do have my doubts about Colleen Powell.
Why do you think she might become another Vera?
Perhaps, but Vera's driving force was her career. I get the feeling with Mrs. Powell that she's more interested in the pay rise than the promotion.
Oh, yeah, but that's pretty common, though, isn't it? I mean, take this new bloke, Steve Faulkner. I get the feeling that he'd work 24 hours a day if he could. I don't think he's going to be with us for too long.
Or couldn't that simply be dedication?
Oh, yeah, he's dedicated, all right. Dedicated to the dollar.
Erica Davidson. Yes. Thank you, Ted. The van has arrived for Bryant and Burns.
Right, I'll see to it.
Oh, and Jim, I will remember to switch the light off.
Well, this looks like us by the sound of it.
Yeah, off for a moonlight drive in the country.
How long you reckon it'll take?
Don't know, a couple of hours, I think.
Yeah, well, there goes my beauty sleep.
All right, you two, come on, time to go.
Yeah, right.
Keep your voices down. Birdsworth, shut up and go to sleep.
Bye, Walls. Bye, Bar.
Good bloody riddance!
I said shut up.
Outside your cells.
Get moving.
Winter, stand by the door outside your cell.
What?
Up against the wall.
Get nicked. Another remark like that, Winter, and you'll end up in the pound. Come on, line up. Get a move on. Just get against the wall. Now listen to me. From now on, when the bell rings, you'll leave your cells as soon as the doors are open. You will line up in this corridor and you will walk to the shower single file. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, Miss Powell.
Right. Carry on, Miss Conway.
Right, move out.
Geez, what is this place? Some kind of nut house?
Morning, Jim. Hi, Jill.
Morning.
Where's Julie?
She phoned in sick. You don't look too good yourself. You all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Just didn't sleep very well last night.
Oh, that puts paid to my little idea, then.
Why, what was that?
I was going to ask you to work overtime tonight. Bryant's little trick with the rosters has thrown everything into confusion.
Well, what time will that be?
10 o'clock.
Oh, well, suppose I can survive until then?
You sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Jim, that union rep position, do you think the women will support me if I took it on?
Don't see why not.
Well, no one else wants to do it, do they?
Yeah, right. What made you change your mind?
Oh, I was thinking last night of all the troubles we'd had here. You know, riots and so forth.
And?
Well, as you know, I lost a husband in one of those riots.
Meg, do you seriously think the women will riot?
I think anything's possible at the moment. And if being union rep will help get my point across to the officers, then I'm willing to give it a go.
Mrs. O'Regan!
It's me, Lizzie.
Oh. So this is why you volunteered for kitchen duty.
Jeez, back to folding bloody sheets again. I'm fed up with this. One day you're in the workshop, then you're cleaning floors, and you're back to the laundry again.
Don't give you a chance to settle anywhere.
Yeah, well, I reckon the screws need a bit of shaking up. This tough security's gone to their head. What do you reckon, Sandy?
Oh, I reckon a few more capers like the fire in the staff room and the duty roster will show 'em we're not going to put up with anything. There's nothing they can throw at us that we can't get around.
Yeah? Sounds like kid stuff to me.
Well, what do you want to do, riot?
Why not?
No.
But if we don't do something, company.
Your attention, please. I know you are all fed up with the present tight security.
That's for sure.
It has been imposed for a reason. Your continual habit of breaking prison regulations will be curbed. If we have to use sterner measures, we will.
Yeah, well, mine.
Shut up, Winter.
Lizzie Birdsworth has been caught stealing by Chief Officer Powell. She has been transferred to D Block with a loss of privileges. Any further infringements will be dealt with even more severely. Now, I strongly urge you to give up this ridiculous campaign of misbehavior. It will not make the department change its attitude to the present discipline. If anything, it will strengthen it. Carry on.
Come on, ladies. Work.
Great. Let's put the kibosh on the kitchen cape.
Well, not necessarily. It'll take them weeks to sort out the paperwork. We can have another crack at it.
Oh, yeah. And who's going to forge Mrs. O's signature?
We'll find someone. I told you, there's nothing they can sling at us that we can't get around.
Yeah, sure. Doreen's gone. Judy's gone. Lizzie's been transferred. It'd never have happened if Bea was still in charge.
Good morning. How are you feeling? Yes, I'm pretty much the same. I'm Dr. Gibson. I assisted Dr. Kennedy with your operation. Careful, don't drop any stitches. I haven't got my number 10 needles on me.
How did it go?
Not too bad. Now, do you mind if I gaze into your eyes? Would you look at that speck on the ceiling?
How's it working?
The kidney? It's fine.
How much longer am I going to be in here?
A few days, a couple of weeks. We're moving you to another ward today to keep an eye on you. Got to make sure your body doesn't reject it.
Is that likely?
No, not with our modern wonder drugs. We'll soon have you out of here if you don't like our company.
I can take it or leave it. And I'm in no hurry to get back.
Oh, good morning, Meg.
G'day, Steve. How's it going?
Oh, not bad. I could do with a bit more overtime. I thought the prison service relied on its officers working 24 hours a day.
Heavens, you'll be complaining soon about not having any social life.
Not me.
Steve, do you think we're too tough on the women?
Oh, you mean all this company halt, quick march, company fall in stuff?
Well, that. And the cancellation of recreation periods, armed guards, locked gates, well, everything.
Oh, I don't think so. It is a prison. You've got to have rules.
Yes, well, the department's tried it before and it never worked. Just makes the women more and more unhappy and then they take it out on the officers.
Yeah, I can understand that, I suppose.
It is up to us officers to tell the department how destructive these regulations are. Oh, Mrs. Davidson's tried. And the prisoners can't make them listen.
You're going to take it to the union, then?
Well, I hope so. We're having a meeting later on today, and I'm going to stand for union rep.
You reckon there'll be a strike?
Well, I'm sure it won't come to that. But you do see how important this is to the officers' safety, don't you?
Oh, sure. Look, if you're canvassing for votes, you've got mine. I just hope there isn't a strike. My budget can't stand it.
How the hell did Pal get that promotion?
I don't call her brown nose for nothing.
She'll think she's bloody Wonder Woman now.
You know, it's bloody funny the way Pal's on top of everything these days.
What do you mean?
Well, she just happens to know where I hid that letter, and she just happens to turn up in the kitchen when Lizzie's there. It's almost as if she's been told.
You don't reckon someone lagged, do you?
Oh, surely not.
It's possible. Look out, Screws. Oh, look, girls, how lovely. More work.
Well, if someone is lagging, Sandy had better do something, but quick.
Bloody oh, she's letting the Screws get away with murder.
Oh, I'll give her a fair go.
Good off, it's water. Well, at least this is one thing the Screws haven't caught on to yet. Payday, girl. Get it stashed away really quick. Don't leave it on you just in case of body searches, okay?
Jeez. Little enough for all the extra work. I wonder how long before the Screws are onto that.
Like I said, it's about time we stood up to him. It's no good just pussyfooting around.
There's a union meeting this afternoon. You know that, don't you, Janet?
Yeah, I've been wearing my Vote for Meg badge all day.
Yeah, I hope she gets it. Give her a new interest in the job.
I take it you're going to vote for her.
No, I can't. I'm management. I'm one of the capitalist lackeys you're up against.
Well, I'd rather be against you than anyone.
Be careful, we're on duty.
And who was the clever capitalist lackey who rostered us both off together tonight?
Did I?
Well, don't say it was accidental.
Well, it certainly wasn't intentional.
Well, as it's worked out that way, you're going to insist on taking me out to supper, aren't you?
I am.
Well, you're very lucky, you know. I wouldn't go out with every man, just handsome deputy governors.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about this later, Miss Conway.
Hi, Mari. They tell me you organised a ride at Barnhurst a few years ago.
That's right. Had the buggers a run for their money, too.
Did it do much good?
Sure. We had a list of demands as long as your arm. Got about a quarter of them. At least they listened to us. Mind you, they had to. We had 3 of the Screws. You thinking of starting something here?
Oh, I'm not sure it'll do any good.
Look, the only way is to go all out. Make threats, then carry them out. Firebombs, slingshots, shivs, the lot.
Where'd you get them?
Make them. You just need to be a bit resourceful. I'll give you a few tips if you like.
Yeah, well, thanks. I'll let you know, huh?
Sure.
What did Sandy want?
Just a bit of a chat. She's thinking of starting a bit of action. Hazel, you got any spare belts for that machine?
Yeah. What do you want it for?
They make terrific slingshots. Thought I might have a bit of target practice shooting at pigeons.
Why not Screws?
Hey, listen. Do you know where we can get hold of any inflammable stuff? Tubes, petrol, something like that?
Well, there was a motor mower in the garden shed. So if there's a motor mower, there must be petrol for it. There's metho in the kitchen for cleaning down the sinks. And there are a couple of bottles of dry cleaning fluid in here, I think. Why, what do you want it for?
Just a little project I'm working on.
Hey, Murray!
That's me.
We've just been talking to Lil and Bev. The word is the blocks are up in arms. The women want Sandy to do something.
So why tell me?
Well, will you be in it?
Well, I've never been known to miss out on a bit of a stir.
I reckon Sandy will be in it. She's got everyone behind her.
Well, you'll just have to ask her, won't you?
Yeah, we will. The women reckon it's about time you got something going against the screws. Like what? Let's take a walk.
All the women are ready for a blue, Sandy. All you've got to do is say the word.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go off half-cocked. We've got to do it right.
Mari said she'd be in it.
Well, you've got to do something, Sandy.
All right. Spread the word the riot's on, but not till we're good and ready. Anyone does anything without my say-so and I'll have their guts.
Right.
Oh, good. Well, now we're all here, I suggest we get down to the business in hand. Now, as you know, since my recent promotion, I can no longer be the union rep. I'm now officially classified as administration. We haven't had a rep since I stood down a couple of weeks ago, and Meg Morris has kindly offered to act in that capacity. We're here today to give her a vote of confidence. Oh, is there anyone who wishes to stand against me? Okay, then I propose Meg Morris to be our new union rep. Anyone second that?
I didn't know you were interested in union matters.
I'm not. I only want to go to the bathroom.
Seconded, Steve Faulkner. All those in favour? Against? Carried unanimously. Congratulations, Meg.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, everyone. Meeting's closed.
Just a minute. Look, I'd like to say a few words. There are a few of our members here who haven't been in the service for very long and have never experienced a prison riot. Now, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but it's my strong belief that the department's current policy of standover tactics will only make the women unmanageable. Now, if the atmosphere here deteriorates any further, I'm convinced we'll be faced with a riot situation.
Oh, I think you're exaggerating, Meg.
If anything, I think I'm understating the situation. And I think I've got good reason to be wary. Some of you may remember my first husband, Bill Jackson. Well, he got caught up in the middle of a riot and was killed. Now, that could happen to us if the women are pushed too far. Now that we've got the union behind us, I think we should use it before it's too late. Now, if you agree with me, I want you to come and talk to me about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Meg. Well, unless anyone else has something to say, I suggest we close the meeting. No? Right, meeting adjourned.
You've heard what's going on?
Yeah.
Reckon you can help us?
Sure, what do you want?
You said you knew how to make weapons, you know, slingshots, firebombs, that kind of thing.
There you go. Be prepared, like the Boy Scouts. Now, Hazel reckons there's some petrol in the storeroom and some cleaning fluid in here. We're going to need some bottles. Little ones will be better.
Yeah, Mouse is organising that, Sandy.
Okay. Hazel, you take the laundry trolley. and start collecting. Anything that looks like it might be a handy whip. When you've got it full up, take it and hide it in Judy and Doreen's cell. The screws won't be good looking in there, I reckon. Here. Let the screws get that and I'll wring your bloody neck.
What's your plan, Sandy?
Well, we've got to try and take the whole building. 1 or 2 blocks isn't going to be enough. And it's best if we do it at night when there's fewer screws on duty.
Tonight?
If we're ready, yes.
Get some oil on those wheels, will you?
Sure, Mr. Faulkner. You got them dirty tea towels, Mouse? And them bottles?
Yeah, they're all here, Hayes. For God's sake, don't drop them.
Ta, love. See you later.
What are you doing alone in this section, Kat?
Oh, it's just,
Get over there, put your hands against the wall.
Search it, Mrs. Morris.
What's the smell of petrol?
It's not petrol, Mrs. Pell. It's oil. Mr. Fulton told me to oil the wheels and I put it too much on.
No, you didn't. You didn't use enough. Still squeaks enough to wake the dead. Come on, we'll see you through to the laundry.
Yes, Mrs. Pell. Bloody hell, that was close.
What happened?
Pal bailed me up. She made Mrs. Morris frisk me.
Where's the key?
It's all right. Had it in my hand all the time. Luckily, Mrs. Morris wasn't too keen. She didn't look too close.
Did you get the bottles and the petrol?
Yeah, they're in the cell.
So, I guess all we have to do now is wait.
Night, Sandy. Night, Kate. Night. Shut up, the lot of you.
We'll give the screws half an hour to settle down, then I'll go out and start letting the women out. You and Murray start making petrol bombs. You're going to need this for rags.
Right. Sandy, you know, I've been thinking. People are liable to get hurt in all this.
Yeah, I know that. So does everyone else. It's just a risk we've got to take.
Well, if I could get into the examination room, I could set it up as a surgery for any casualties.
Great. Why didn't I think of that?
Good to get some practice in. If I can, that is.
What do you mean?
Well, I could be one of the first casualties myself.
No way. You better stay right behind the firing line. We need you.
But what
I'm sorry, Kate, but this is my show. If anyone gets hurt, I want them to be properly looked after, okay?
You're
You're the boss.
How about a bit of a smoker before we do the next floor?
Don't you ever get tired?
No. Oh, on days off, I usually sleep 15 hours straight.
Well, I think Colin must be right. I don't know how you keep it up.
It's the thought of all that lovely overtime building up the bank balance.
He spent his health to gain his wealth.
What?
Oh, just a poem I read once. How much is this yacht of yours going to cost?
About 60 grand?
You're joking.
No, and that's building it myself. Well, it'll be worth 100 when it's finished.
How can you afford it?
I can't. That's why I'm working myself stupid. It'll all be worth it in the end. Come on, we better get going.
I'll send the others in to help you.
How about you? Why did you join?
Well, I was involved with prisons a few years back, and I guess you could say I've got a bee in my bonnet about prison reform.
So, you joined the service as a one-woman crusade, eh?
Yes. Well, the idealism's gone, but it's a secure job, and if I can do my bit, well...
After promotion?
No. What?
I thought you were maybe buttering up the deputy governor for a reason.
No, we're just good friends.
Judy's old cell. Murray and Kate are making petrol bombs. Wait for me there. And watch it. Spunk and Conway are wandering around all over the place, okay?
What have you got there, Liz?
It's me pet rock. I'm going to bounce it off a screw.
Shut up, you two.
Ah, you're quite comfortable there.
Night shift is nothing if not casual.
I deeply regret doing this overtime.
Oh, isn't my scintillating company better than a night at home in an empty house watching telly?
Now, that is a tough one.
Meg, you can tell me to mind my own business if you like, but is everything all right between you and Bob?
Yes, of course. Why shouldn't it be?
Well, it's got nothing to do with me, but he did seem to leave rather quickly, that's all.
Look, I know you're not prying, and I appreciate your concern. But Bob agreed to go on that Indonesian trip on the spur of the moment. And he was committed. Well, he wanted me to go with him.
So why didn't you?
Well, can you imagine me sipping pink gins and playing bridge with all the other wives at the Colonial Club? No, it just wouldn't have worked. Anyway, it's only for 6 months. He'll be home soon, and then everything will be fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I went to Vietnam.
Look, Bob's a good man. He's better than I deserve. Oh, come on. Surely it must be knock-off time.
No, not yet. One last round, then we'll leave them to it for the rest of the night.
Everything all right?
Yeah, okay, just about ready to go. Right, listen. We're going to take over reception first. That way, the screws on night shift will be trapped inside the building. They're going to be our hostages, so make sure they don't get too roughed up. The other group are taking over D block, and then they're going to work back to meet us. Don't make a sound until we burst in on reception, or else the screws will hear and get out. We have got to have hostages for bargaining power, understand?
Yeah.
Kate, you go and stand by in the examination room just in case. The rest of you, follow me. But for Pete's sake, keep it quiet.
Give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.